And on today's Unbiased Hard Take, the Colts have benched Anthony Richardson, and we're going to talk about Miami Heat basketball also today. As always, you will love some Miami Heat basketball. So, before we start though, I do have a little bit of an update here on the standings in fantasy football, the Unbiased Hard Take Fantasy Football League, and currently, primetime, JB, leading his division at 4-4 with Butker's Trad Wife, also 4-4, JB owns tiebreaker, and Cole's #1 fan at 1-7. And then the other division, Division 2, Swifty Nation is 7-1 still, and then X going to take it from me, which is me, is 6-2, and Bend It Like Beckham Jr. is 2-6. So if you want to see more of that, go to our Facebook page. The link is in the description down below. I post weekly score updates, things of that nature. We don't have any trades yet, so we maybe look at that. I don't have a trade deadline. I don't believe in all that crap. So in that league, though, if the playoffs were to start today, Swifty Nation would be 1 seed, JB would be 2 seed because of division winner. I would be 3 seed, and Butker's Trad Wife would be 4 seed. So keep an eye out for that. Winner of that league gets a free Unbiased Hard Take t-shirt. So with that, we're going to jump right into the Indianapolis Colts deciding to bench their franchise quarterback, supposedly, and go with Joe Flacco. And you know, I actually agree with this. And initially, when I was like, wow, they're going with the old man. But truly, the Colts have a roster that's ready to win now. Jonathan Taylor is a stud. They have Michael Pittman and some weapons on the outside. Downs is a good receiver. They have a decent offensive line. The defense is above average, I would say. So the Colts are ready to win now. So as an organization, you have to ask yourself this. If everyone's ready except Anthony Richardson, do we just say, oh, we're screwed because Anthony Richardson sucks? No. You have Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, at least they're going to a guy that's won a Super Bowl, was comeback player of the year last year, and led the Browns to the playoffs. I have no issue with this because Anthony Richardson, after the game, said, I was out for that one play because I was tired. You're supposed to be the leader. And you say you were tired, and you go exit the game as a quarterback. That's bad work ethic, number 1. That's bad leadership, number 2. And then the main thing, number 3 to that, is that's just truly bad conditioning. What have you been doing to where you're so tired? That's my question. On top of the fact, I didn't like you're performing very well, because I looked at his game log, and if you actually want to look here, guys, the man's completing 44.1% of his passes. To show you how bad that is, Jamarcus Russell's career worst, he was one of the worst quarterbacks of all time. I would say second worst behind Ryan Leaf. Jamarcus Russell, arguably the worst quarterback ever. 48.8 was his worst career passer rating. So we're looking at Anthony Richardson, being significantly worse than Jamarcus Russell's completion percentage, considering it's not like it's by 0.2. It's a little bit over 3 points, standing 4 points. So, that's insane. The fact he has 4 pass touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He played 3 straight games without a pass touchdown. And then when he finally did throw a pass touchdown I just don't get it. And the Colts absolutely made the right move here. Joe Flacco is old, yes, but the Colts, a little bit of shot here. They have a lot of experience with older quarterbacks. They went to Phillip Rivers. They made the playoffs with Phillip Rivers at the end of his career. So that's just to be said for something. I know Matt Ryan didn't necessarily work out, neither did Carson Wentz. But, the Colts last year had a winning record, so I expect them to sort of be able to improve with Joe Flacco rather than keeping Anthony Richardson out there, because it's obvious that he's not ready for the NFL stage. Hopefully they go back to him at some point, you would hope, down the line, maybe next year, if things go well with Flacco. Because ultimately, let's look at all the good quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes, he didn't play his first year. He sat behind Alex Smith, who's a Pro Bowl quarterback, and learned. What did Aaron Rodgers do? Same thing, sat behind Brett Favre, learned. Brett Favre sat his first year because he was an Atlanta Falcon. And then let's look some more here. Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. So, you have down the line here quarterbacks that sit a lot of the times their first year to become good. So maybe Richardson can kind of take from that philosophy here and sort of sit behind Flacco and learn a little bit. And learn what it takes to lead and how to be an NFL quarterback. Mind you, he doesn't have a lot of college or professional experience. He only played a couple games last year before getting injured for the rest of the season with that shoulder injury. He's an athletic specimen. He can throw a deep ball. At those times, he throws a beautiful ball. But the other stuff's what's getting. A 44% completion percentage. These turnovers, it's bad. He lost to Green Bay with Malik Willis. That's not what you expect from your top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So that thing, I give the Colts truly an A here. They're trying to win now, and I respect that. I have no complaint with that. You can't just let your quarterback say, I was tired, and then expect your team to go out there and fight for that quarterback. You can't expect it. Joe Flacco's a grown-up. He'll be able to lead this team better. Hope Anthony Richardson is not a bust. I was high on him in my pre-draft, but at this point, it's kind of concerning. And then with that, we're going to jump to NBA basketball, y'all. The Miami Heat play the New York Knicks at this time, about 30 minutes until that, as of me recording, of course, this video. So looking at the Heat, currently they're 2-1. They did lose opening night because they had that very poor fourth quarter, and Jimmy Butler and Bam combined with 12 points. Against the Magic, they did lose a season opener, embarrassingly 116-97 in my opinion. That was embarrassing. But then they bounced back good against the Hornets, 114-106, and then recently beat the Pistons 106-98, with D Wade in the house getting his statue, which was amazing to see. It looks nothing like him, no. But I mean, he got a statue. D Wade's happy with it, so I'm happy with it. So the Heat really haven't beaten a good team yet. We'll see how they do tonight, but I am happy they're 2-1. They have a winning record currently, so that's always good to see. Bam and Jimmy really stepped up the other day. When it comes to the Pistons and it comes to the Hornets game. They really played a lot better. Both of them scoring over 20 points for Jimmy Butler, and then Bam had a double-double on both games. Scary Terry hit a lot of big shots against the Hornets. That's his old team. That was very good to see. He hit some big shots against the Pistons, too. So I like, so far, what I see from this Heat lineup overall. They had a really bad third quarter against the Magic, but overall, I think they're off to a good start this season. And I want to see what they do against Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns tonight. I want to see them beat a good team. I mean, I have the Knicks winning the championship this year, as does JB. So, I mean, I want to see what they can do against a good team. Jimmy had 23, 4, and 7 against Bam. Also has had double-doubles the last two of the three games. And then add the fact Tyler Hero's been consistent. He had 19 points against the Pistons. So I like what I see. I really do from this Heat team at this point. Jimmy Jacquez, of course, 12 points, picking up where he left off. So I like what I see. I expect them to be in the thick of things. But we'll see what they do tonight. But that's all I got for now. Me and JB have something very special planned for Saturday. So, podcast Saturday and a little bit more coverage. We'll be surprised. But you guys be surprised. So that's all I got. Also, like on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Spotify also. Links to all of those things will be in the description down below. Me and JB will see you guys on Saturday for a lot of surprise stuff. Can't wait. Big things coming for this podcast.